Alright, hello. Today I'm going to be casting Navi versus G2 in Stage 3 of the Austin Major 2025. Both these teams are in the 2-1 pool at the moment, and the winner of this match advances to the Major playoffs. Let's see how these teams perform under the pressure of the playoffs. Let's see how this goes. But both these teams have done pretty well so far. Both of them have had decent runs. I mean, of course, they're in the 2-1 pool, so they've had 2 wins and 1 loss each. So, to be fair, both of them started in stage 3, which is a little bit of an easier path than some of the other teams so far in the major. But nonetheless, if the VRS says you deserve to be in stage 3, then these teams need to prove themselves right and send themselves to the playoffs. We see some early aggression over on Banana from the CTs, which does get punished. But nonetheless, a man down already. Navi decide to push for a little bit more information, but Snacks going in for a deep angle, takes the head clean off of Bit. But now, after that, in response, rushing up over towards A main. Ema lurking in apps, finds the right timing, but can't find the shots. But now, triple stack sight, pushing over towards fully blind Hades, dancing around the boxes on low HP, can't get it. But Hunter lurking on the site, can find the first bomb, does get quickly traded out by Alexi. Snacks, the only man left now to resuscitate this pistol round. King of the clutch, can he find his footing? Sees ahead of one, but can't hit the shot. Sees both of them, but can't find any of the bullets to connect, so Navi do find themselves with a pistol round in their hands, which gives them a nice early boost into these coming rounds. However, I do think we're going to see the force buy come out of G2, so they aren't going to make it easy in this conversion if they can find it. However, if Navi do, then that means that G2 will have to go and force into an eco, so this round can make or break, really. And this can set Navi up for a really good first half, or it can completely collapse their hopes and dreams early on. And so with this force buy, they decide to take a bit of a gamble over towards mid. Hunter with this deep spot can find the first one, but the value of the MP9 can't be found, and they'll quickly get taken out on towards A. But Ema's found himself so far around already, over towards Arch side, and Mal's catching a nice timing. Alexi with his nades out does get found, but now Ema getting surrounded. Doesn't find the kill, is now surrounded by 3 players, does get taken out. There's only 1 full left to save this round. Talk about a force buy. Hunter with the early aggression, already putting that doubt seeping into Navi's mind. The mind games already. Doesn't net him the kill, but the quick follow-ups helps. And Ema kind of straddling off alone, maybe doesn't help his teammate very much. Kind of only in a position to die from there. You can't really find your way out very easily, as you have 3 people looking at that point. Talking about this, the round is not over just yet. Wonderful. Making his way over towards B, seeing what he can find. Has picked the correct site. There's only 1 man defending it in the name of Snacks. Hidden in the corner. This is an odd angle to be on. Still got 30 seconds. Wonderful has a couple of options. It's going to look like he's going to go through B. But is he going to clear Snacks? He clears the angle, but not deep enough, and Snacks does go for the knife. Such a credible, crucial kill for that. The money on this man is beautiful. And not only do they deny Navi conversion, but Snacks has such an amazing amount of money. He can invest in an M4 if he wants, in an M4 and maybe an AWP if he goes for it. But it's going to look to take the more safe buy of the M4. But now giving his Galil over to Malbs, who will most likely be playing Banana. This gives a good bit of money over, which isn't what you like in these early rounds. You want the economy to stay as brittle as possible, but Navi have just given over so much money. 1,500 from that knife kill. And G2 now rich. Mouse with the save Galil. Testing the waters of B, but as soon as he backs away from that smoke blown open, Navi take their chance. And push up a little bit further. Now G2 fall back after sending a nade in. But Navi only on Tech 9s. Not very promising. We saw the force buy work for G2, but they had a much more convincing one. MP9s, SMGs, It's much easier to work with compared to a couple of pistols. Now using the small amount of utility they have, they're executing onto A. Can find lane control, but where you go from here, eyes on you everywhere. They decide to push the smoke. It's a punchy move. Can work. Hades pushing the smoke a little bit, gets damage onto two players. Two players which now have an open, clear way onto B site. Snacks hiding around the van though. This is crucial. Alexi hasn't seen this. Gets shot in the back. And the split is made so much more difficult onto the B site. Now that those two flanks aren't coming through. Malb's currently left alone on the site, and the smoke is good. He's now getting surrounded. Can find and take one down with him. But being swarmed doesn't help. And Snacks going around quickly. Manages to stop the plant and get triple off the back of that. Farming these pistols. And they find themselves 2-1. Navi, completely poor economy. Nothing to work with. Gonna see a full save most likely coming out of these players. And this just allows G2 to start rolling in the cash. Completely rolling in it. They took 2 casualties that round, so a little bit of money taken out, but still rifles across the board and an MP9. And even then, they've still got plenty of money to be buying these next few rounds, even if they lose this one. So it should be a comfortable start for G2 in this half, at least. And we all know the randomness of the CT economy. Just as you start to get comfortable, and take a dive on you. JL's having a little bit of fun. Pots and pans, cooking over towards T apartments. And Bit spams and gets a nade on him. JL walking into the crossfire as well. Malb's knee-jerk reaction, clicks the head perfectly. And now just picking off pistols for the rest of the round. Ace finds another. 2v5 left. I'd be surprised if even one of GC went down this round. See the gun getting changed out, so they must know one of them are. Take out Wonderful. Lexi. Position known. Can't make the shots. And yes, 5 alive. G2 making it look easy. Farming up the Glocks. However, they know going into this round, they're going to see a full buy come out of Navi. So this is where the pressures can start to get to you. This is where these rounds matter the most. If you can win this round, then Navi go into another set of ecos and the economy just starts hurting from here on out. Whereas if Navi win this round, then G2 are going to have to put in a lot more effort to get the rounds after. So this is where it begins to matter the most. 2-round difference, but it can mean a whole lot more than that. Always setting the waters on the banana. Nades go through, doesn't find any damage. Spam through the box. Malbs does get away with a pretty low HP. Nade out onto him, left on 18 HP. If this rush goes through. So hold. JL finds the entry. This site looking brilliant to take now. Malbs gets overrun. And now the 2 players on the site completely gone. Hades, quick rotate over. But flashed and smoked off. This is not optimal for him. Gets blown open. Navi don't bite. 3v5 retake of the B bomb side now. Smoke's perfect. Site completely clear. Bomb does get to go down. But now the spams through. Look like they're just faking they're going to take a retake. As we see Heavy God not move an inch on the A site. Couple of spam through the smokes. Maybe you can get some damage and a kill if you're lucky. If you get the kill, then great. You have an opening back into the round. Maybe you can begin the retake. But just completely fruitless. Didn't find anything. No spams connecting. And JL with a double entry. Starts and ends the round in a split second. And if only Snacks could have thrown the smoke down a little bit quicker or not have been out in the open so much. I mean, I know it's hard if JL dry peaks, you don't have much of a warning against that, but if Snacks just take a bit more reserved position rather than looking straight down the most common line of sight, then maybe that round would have gone a different way. But with the 3 guns saved in that does still mitigate the economic damage that Navi could have inflicted. With so much money backing them up at the moment, Hades has got in for an AWP. The stand-in, the replacement for Munacy. Big shoes to fill And he's going to show us what he's made of if he wants to make his way into the major playoffs. This man been on Monty for a while. Tier 2 team, essentially. Getting the call up to Tier 1 in this stand-in position. Have to see what you're made of. This is your one call up. If you don't prove yourself in these situations, then you may never get the call up again. This is what makes or breaks your career. And Hades on the AWP has to make his own way into the playoffs. And this could ultimately be his last time to make it to the playoffs. This could be his last time. If he fails at such an extent, then there is a solid chance this is his last time. A lot of pressure on the lad. On the pole. Alves can go half full. Aggressive. Doesn't find anything though. And Hades on shore, a bit of a difficult position to AWP. We see players like Roxic loving and thriving in these positions. Can Hades step up to bat in the same way? Outside control taken. LXCB on the flank and ready. Hades misses his shot and gets taken out of the round swiftly. LXCB spam through the smoke. Nice kill there. Heavy God back in the sight. What can he do? Spotted out. Doesn't find the kill. Not, and G2 just falling quickly. Alves and Punch the only ones left. 4v2. Unlikely to find anything. Get some exit kills if you can. But unlikely to see a retake, especially with no kit as well. But still, whilst these rounds aren't going in the favour of G2, they are getting a couple of guns saved each time, a couple of rifles. So this allows Hunter to buy for Hades, and Malves can probably buy for Heavy God next round. So whilst the round wins are what you want, it does give you another chance going into these rounds. And Navi now starting to build up the cash as only Alexi falls in that round. So we start to see a higher amount of money for Navi. On T side, very forgiving economy. It's what you want to see if you're Navi. Right now, all tied up 3-3. Picked up these last two rounds to give themselves a fighting chance. And Hades back on the AWP again. Ambitious decision, but can he make up for the mistakes he did last time? Can he hit the crucial shots when he needs to? He's going to play on A site again. Arch side though this time. Have to see if he does get contested. Crossfire set up, so it's looking more promising for him this time. The A site shouldn't be as easy to topple as it was last time. Like I say, he is going to be challenged in a minute though. A lot of space taken onto A site, likely to be executed soon. I think they're having second thoughts. Allowing the rotate to come over. Hunter supporting Hades. But Navi haven't pushed just yet. And Hunter getting into a nice position. An off angle, so if they do decide to push, he's got a good place to do it. But he's gonna fall back at just the wrong moment. Hades does find his opener. He makes up for his mistakes in the previous round. Now they know that AWP is over here. They don't need to commit. JL finding a lot of space, but some smokes over onto B site. Only 35 seconds remain. Have to make a decision soon, and it looks like the decision's been made to go B. Malves and Snacks still have a little bit of utility to defend themselves here. 15 seconds. They've got to start making decisions soon. They've got to start going. They've got to start running if they want a chance at winning this round. And they're not going in. They're retreating. They've just given the round away, and they're running the clock down. And these three players alive, what was four, just completely decide to bail out of the round and just give one away like that. Didn't execute in time, and the lack of time forced them into a save. And that was an absolute blunder of a round for Navi. On the back of that, can take a timeout, get their shit together. because that was appalling. If you're going to lose a round, at least make it that you have failed push, a failed entry. You lose a lot of players and there's only one person left on the lurk. At least when you lose those rounds, you have a bit of dignity left, but you just failed to execute and make your mind up on time. Not what you like to see in Navi, a fall from grace from what they could do last year. And now these are the rounds you're losing. If you want to be a top 5 team, you need to put your foot down and start making some of these better calls, not be losing your rounds in silly ways like this. So with their money left, they should still be able to get a good few buys out these next few rounds. But the half can quickly come to a close. So you need to start putting your foot down now. He's on a deeper angle this time, wants to take some mid control. Hunter can go with him for the minute. But at the moment, Banana is being heavily contested, but the nades dropped for Snacks. They play a crucial role in this. JL going through, perfect entry. Beautiful. Snacks left all alone, has no choice but to start giving up some space, maybe even give up the sight at this. But Hunter, so quick on the flank. Do they even know about this? Surely Eamon's called this out. Beautiful headshot onto Alexi. They know where he is. This is such an awkward position. What do you do? On the edge of the smoke, being held by so many people, but can he find it? The flash goes through. Find the first, find the second. And now Alexi trays him out, but it's only Hades left. His entire team falls around him as he makes such a beautiful lurk. Such a beautiful flank, taking his time, but also finding the perfect time to strike. And now Hades left into the 1v2 clutch with an AWP. Both players on Navi incredibly low HP. A single spray from an AK could do so well. So if he can get an upgrade to a rifle in this, then maybe he'll go for this. But it doesn't look like it. He still assumes Alexi and Bit are on full HP. So he's not going to go for this. Such a possible retake. And such great plays from Hunter on the aggressive flank. Nearly nets them the round, but just falling at the final hurdle. Hades opting to save the AWP. And Navi do make up for the lost round from the previous one. JL gets a good entry onto the site. Gets a double kill on that as well. B site left completely open, but because of Hunter on the flank, gets so difficult very quickly. And Hades with the rotate over denies the possibility of going B, but it's only 1v2, so of course Navi opens straight on towards A and they find the round on the back of that. Chaotic, but what you want to see from Navi. I'm not saying G2 are a worse team, but with the losses of such incredible players such as Nico and Monacy, you're never going to be as good a team as that. Two of the best players in the world, both top 5 HLTV rated players. You can't rebuild around that unless you get a person like Donk. Then it's not going to go the same way. So rebuilding around this makes them very vulnerable to losing a lot of your S points. They have to remake their entire strats. Good team coordination so far. Malbs spam through the smoke, beautiful one, good opening. They are going to have to push on the back of that. JL gets caught out as well. Snacks with the rifle, punishes him too. Quite quickly, they've made this a 5v3. So just as soon as I start to shit on G2, they prove me wrong. I like to see it. I like to see it. Some good aim duels taken by Malbs. Almost an infamous banana player at this point. On his home soil. Proving what he can do. But now the final few of Navi stacked onto B site. Hunter and Snacks and Malbs playing off each other and beautiful ones. Demo left only man alive, quickly dealt with. And that's a decent round from G2. Good few guns saved. And just some good aim duels taken. Whilst Malbs has given a good amount of space. He gets a lucky kill through the smoke, I will say that. But the way him and Snacks play off each other, rebound off of the energy of each other's kills, it just gives them so much value in perfect timing. And the ways they do these, so perfect. They go onto the B site, one on Snacks on the elevated position, and then Malbs lower down, playing off each other, like I just said, nets them another 2 kills together, and essentially just wins them the round. So, beautiful plays from these guys in the previous round. Navi not so much. JL missing his duel, not getting the crucial kill and opening onto the site. And that puts them at a 5-4 scoreline. G2 only 1 round ahead, still within reach. Could quite easily see a 6-6 half. Now, but Armor isn't being heavily contested by Malbs at the mid, taking a more passive position, but Wonderful finds the mid info push and punishes it quickly. Now this puts a gap on the A site defense. Maybe thinking there'll be a rotate out soon, which there is. So Navi could read the situation well and maybe start going towards B. They only lost Hades. Hasn't been incredible so far, but Malbs taking the aggression onto B as the sole player. A ballsy move, but it forces Navi over towards A, and Heavy God misses his shot. 2 players left on the site to defend it all. Alexi does trade out his teammate, but the A site just absolutely crumbles. And now it's only Malbs left to save this round. Wonderful Alexi can get a good close plant going. And Malbs, I think he's going for this. As soon as that smoke fades, game's on. He hasn't got a kit, so he could just be looking for some exit kills, maybe looking for the kills, but not maybe looking for the defuse. And Wonderful, difficult angle, but does find him. Triple kill for Wonderful. Good play, I'll give him that. We see ourselves 5-5. But with pretty poor economy right now, I wouldn't be surprised if G2 make a bit of a half, but I'll go for a save. As we approach the final round of the half, Navi do go in for a full buy, but that does mean a Galil is going to be handed to Alexi. Yeah, like I said, a bit of util and a couple of 5-7s bought, but nothing too much for G2. First up again, JL wanting to make his presence known on the B site, where 3 players reside at the minute, but the A information is going hard at the moment. Navi prodding around this site, seeing what they can take. Apps control has been found. Heavy God with the Deagle is going to find a difficult jewel to take. 2 players here, can't even find the one bit. Cleanly takes his head off, and now Hades, the only man left on the A site. All to do, taking a very campy spot in apps. Peaks early, but Bit does find him. Now, Navi know there's only maximum of 1 person on the site. Just run it down, go straight through. Hunter thinking about going through spawn, going back through CT. But his teammates have got bottom mid at the moment. He's going to go and regroup with them. And that is going to net Navi with a bomb plant. Now, at this point, it's a difficult way to go around it. You kind of have to save, but you're only saving pistols. Hunter at least had a 5-7, but not a whole lot. Bit finds another one. Now Snacks, the only man left. 1v5. Can he just hide for the next 30 seconds? Bit of the triple, farming up the pistols. Easy peasy. Possibly getting caught off guard here. In tunnels, seeing if anyone's going to challenge him. He hears the footsteps around him. He's got the warning system. Gonna peek his head out, but Wonderful gets completely caught off guard. Snacks gets the AK, but doesn't get to keep it. Gets killed at the final second. Wonderful caught off guard. Does give up his AK, but he's still got enough money to go through the next round. Snacks just farming up some of the HLTV rating. And now we find ourselves round 12, final round of the half. we see a near full buy for G2. What we do see is full AKs on Navi, difficult to go against, but they're going to have to do it if they want it. G2 have to put up a valiant fight. They have decided to opt for 2 players over on A again, which was a ballsy move last time. There was only pistols last time. Now it's different. They've gotten Hades. The newest additions to this roster have to prove themselves on the site. So much space has been gained. Navi, it's going to take a miracle for them to back down from this now. As soon as these smokes fade, you can expect a full execute coming in. Bit taking the apps control. It's making an awful lot of noise. Could be just bait. But Ema pushing up, silent but deadly. Finds Hades with some nades out. Pushing onto the site now. Heavy gun on balcony. Just completely doesn't know what to do at this point. Finds the back of Ema. Can also go to the pistol to find Bit as well. Does get taken out finally. Now, Malbs and Snacks in the 2v3. 2 together. The post plant is so quickly set up in a very good position. Creeping up. Creeping under the nose of Wonderful. It's going to see somebody at some point. The first take and the second one too. G2 denied on the retake, and Navi find themselves 7-5 on the T side of Inferno on this first half. Beautiful first half from them. Now let's see how they go into this next half. Alright, so Navi on the CT side, while we know they're very much a strategical team in comparison to G2, they always have been, with minds like Alexi B and Blade at the helm of this core of this team. They're both very tactical minds, and I would argue they probably thrive more on the T side with the way they can condition the enemy and then just do what they do best in just doing these incredible executes onto the site and outsmarting them. On CT side, you kind of have to give in to what the T's are doing instead. Oh, Alexi's so close to hitting that shot on the side. In the smoke of the minute, this is a ballsy move. Pushing up, are they going to know he's there? Are they going to be ready for it? Hunter flicks around so quickly. JL so low HP, can't do a single thing. And Hades, beautiful shot onto Ema, back of the site in church, shutting him out of the round quickly. And this looks impossible. Bit and Wonderful, 2v4. Gonna be an absolutely incredible retake if they can pull this off. No kids. Hades, another one, and beautiful shots out of these players. I cannot believe what I'm just watching. That's absolutely incredible for these guys. And Hades, pretty much with the one taps as well. Incredible stuff from the guy. Gotta commend him for that. You know, I can talk about how bad he has been on the AWP all day, but that was a clean pistol round from the man himself. But now Navi opting to buy in this next round, forcing the Deagles with Bit on an MP9 as the Hail Mary, you could call it. Over on short, a strong position to play if they go your way, and it looks like it's the case. Snacks taking a lot of apps control, but Wonderful. If he can find this kill, this would be perfect. He can't, he doesn't find it, he smokes himself off and gets away. He gets the information, sees the players, hears the footsteps. But now, after getting smoked off, G2, crushable situation. Heavy God goes down in the apartments, gives away into the round. Bit does get taken out as well, gets traded. But now, the doors for G2 are open. Do you want to commit to the A site, or do you want to go towards B, where the rotates might have gone over already? You might be seeing a stacked A site, or they haven't bitten. Perfect. Hunter, superior gun, takes out Wonderful. Now, Ema, left alone on a tough situation, just going to have to hide with his 5-7. But they aren't coming his way, they're going long. Isn't going to be optimal for him. Long range with the pistol, doesn't work. Does find the first one, does manage to hit the shot. Snacks taken out of the round. But now, pistols, 2v3 retake. Alexi B gets the upgrade. This is perfect, but Hunter holding that angle does find him. JL, the only man left, a major MVP. 1v3 clutch with the MP9. And he doesn't like his odds either, so he's going to go and save the gun for the next round. But with the force bind this round and it being fruitless without finding the round win that you need, this is going to force Navi into an eco, essentially. They are probably going to have USPSs at best. Maybe they buy into this round in some alternate timeline, but you can work with the hero MP9 on JL. Maybe take a gamble of where they're going to go, but with this low money, you need to get into these full bar rounds soon and swiftly. So JL does buy a bit of util. Deagle comes out for bit, but I kind of get the impression this is going to be it. And yeah, it will be. They aren't going to decide to go for anything more. And so Navi almost, I don't want to count them out of the round already, but I do want to say this round will probably just slightly have a favour towards G2. Testing banana. Navi have gambled correctly. 4 players here. JL with the MP9 doesn't find it, but quickly taking back the space, and Ema does get to save it. MP9 back in the hands of Navi. Still gives you a chance. Still gives you a fighting hope. At worst, it's a gun you've got to save for next round. G2 perhaps faking the retake. Giving away all the space, but then coming back to it. Are they going to dry peek or are they going to use some flashes? It's going in dry. And Hades taking off the head of Alexi. Such an incredible kill. Going in for the entry as well. Finds a triple kill for the entry onto the site. And Bit left alone. Left to fight against 5 from A. Horrible retake he's going to have to do. Maybe search up for some exit kills. But Hades, absolute demolition of the B site. Everybody falls around this man. An incredible shot onto Alexi. I can't believe you just can even hit that on the jiggle peak. Pretty much a pixel peak. Are you kidding me? Really showing up in this half. Taking a break and coming back fresh and strong. But yeah, I can say this all I want. Farming up the pistols is not where you show your best skills. A bit of a questionable exit kill strategy. Going in for some, but headshot through the box. Bomb will take him out. 5 alive for G2, and that gives them a good chance. They were down 5 rounds, but now 8-7, giving them a good chance in this half. Wonderful, looking to opt in for the AWP. Now, where do you play this from? Do you want to send him on to B, maybe with JL or? Oh, sorry, this is... Wait, no. I'm going crazy. No, he's not going towards B. He's looking for the A hold. Him and Bit alone on A. Ready to stand tall against push G2. Now, like I was saying earlier, Munacy and Nico, very much heavy firepower players, but heavy guards, filling the shoes perfectly. Double entry, taking the AWP angle, and Bit, who's in pit on the reserved angle, just completely taking their heads off. And the round's over before it even starts, guys. It's just gone already, and what can I say? They've kind of forced into the save here. 4v3 retake. They aren't even looking at it. Hades gonna question it. Are they gonna go for the retake? But I think he's fairly comfortable with it. And JL sees the kill over towards Banana, but oh, he does get the M4. Okay, does get to save something. I thought he couldn't find it there for a second. It gives Alexi the Galil. So whilst they lose this round again, economy's slightly less hurt. But still, do you want to go into a full bind this next round? You're just giving rounds away at this point. G2, you know exactly where they're hiding. Gonna go a bit of hunting. Hades finds the first one, but the site must be swarmed. JL, presence known. The smoke's come through. They can pick off Ema, but Ema holding his ground, just sitting in the smoke, doesn't want to give himself away, doesn't want to give away the gun. Wants to keep it for this next round, and he does. Hades, a bit overzealous, but he has got 10k to his name. This man is filthy rich, so he does get to buy into the next round. So he can afford these pushes. He can 100% afford it. And Navi starting to stress out. They're on the final timeout. And they've still got 4 rounds left of this half. No, 4 rounds at the minimum left of this half. So this timeout's going to have to survive them. Those 4-round wins that G2 can get before they send themselves into the playoffs. This is a crucial match. These guys, G2, have been completely dismembered by Falcons. Taken out pretty much all of the firepower of their roster. And they come back and they are about to go to playoffs rather than Falcons. Falcons can poach their entire team, but G2 can stand strong. And can they send themselves to the playoffs? They're so close. So close in this. But surely they don't fumble. I mean, even if they lose this match, they still have another one in front of them they can find. But you want to punch your ticket to the playoffs as soon as possible if you're G2. Playing with purpose. And wonderful on the boost up of balcony or patio, whatever you want to call it. Bit of an off angle, a bit of a hard one to counter. You have to have a really nice flash through, but if him and Bit playing anti-flash, that's a difficult position to be in. They have full ball into this round though, so they need to get a round win going, or else this map is going to quickly start getting away from them. Flash is good, but it doesn't blind him. No push on the back of it. Are going to push now, but aren't finding any information. Bit gets mollied away, but are they ready for it? They jiggle peek him. He can find the first one. This is a difficult way to go. Bit holding it strong. Hunter gets taken down 2, and it's a 2v4. They decide to switch it up, go towards the B side. Only one man here, but Alexi B finds a great timing. And Snacks, only man alive. Best case scenario, gets a bomb plant, but Alexi surely won't. He's got the help of JL, but JL gets taken from long distance. But does he know that Alexi's here? Chasing him. Alexi's just playing time. Just wants to get the kill after the time. But Snacks holding his ground. Does get to keep his gun. Nade is good, but Snacks wasn't that low HP, so doesn't get found. He does get to keep his gun though. I kind of thought he can get killed after time there, and then G2 would end up in a bit of a spiral, but nonetheless, Navi get their first round of this half. And both AWPs have come out for these teams. Wonderful and Hades both have the cached splash on these AWPs. These are where the rounds can matter the most. And Mouse can be crucial. Banana, an incredible lane to a round win if you can force it. If you can get it done well by the professional himself. Or JL, good spray whilst blind. Malps gets out of round early. This could be crucial. Banana Controller's lost 3 players on B at the minute. Ema's going to take that opportunity to rotate. Surely they don't lose a player on B and decide to push it with the bomb as well. But a good boost. Hades, nice AWP position. But after they found the opening, they're just going to play the advantage. Navi playing the time, playing it more passively, and JL on the boost on B site. A tough position if you're not ready for it. But ultimately, almost a sitting duck. If he gets blinded, but he is playing anti-flash. Could be good if they have the smoke as well. JL blocks the smoke, I think. That's a good play. He has the chance, he has the view. Him and Alexi just have to hold it valiantly. And so many flashes come through. Alexi B finds a good one. Hunter going into the lines. Den. Heavy God is found, but Hunter does trade him. Alexi on the site. Keeping it fair. And Hades, only man left with an AWP. gets blinded and can't find it. And Navi find another one. JL and Alexi, a brilliant hold. They can find the first one to mouths. JL, good shooting whilst blind. That's what you like to see. He can find the opening. And then just the use of him and Alexi B together on this B site hold. Absolutely perfect stuff. What you like to be seeing from this man. And Heavy God not doing so well at the moment. Only 5 kills to his name. Not a beautiful scoreline for him to be at. And so we're all tied up 9 rounds to 9 rounds. JL getting another opener on the B site. Not making it look very enticing to come here. But gets his head quickly shaven off by Mouse, who can get the double entry and dies after Alexi throws a nade at his feet. Snack's pushing the molly. The molly doesn't spread far enough. These CT mollies are horrible. But the rotates come over. Ema gets shot through the smoke. This is absolute insanity. Snack's getting some of... I can't tell if it's luck or skill. Absolutely incredible kills from this man. But now, after decimating the other team, it's just falling one person each site. Completely overcrowd bit. And now Wonderful left with saving the AWP. Just as it gets tied up. Just as Navi find themselves back with a tied up game after finding 2 rounds, it just gets completely taken away from itself. Once again, G2 are putting up a damn good fight for the playoffs. A damn good fight indeed. Navi, though, didn't make the playoffs the last major, and at this rate, might not be making it of this major either, but this is the final map, the deciding map for who takes that spot.
Terrorists win.
And personally, in my pick'ems, neither of these teams were in to make it into the playoffs, so let's just say they're not going so well. And so maybe a bit of a surprise for either of these teams if they make it to playoffs, and one of them has to, so a surprise shall occur nonetheless, and G2 are the first to hit double digits. Full buy for both teams though. Who is going to come out on top of this force buy? Like I say, crucial round. Not much aggression on Banana this time. JL had too many openings. Now playing around it. Spam through the smoke last time. JL found his first. So now carried by the smoke. But Wonderful's going to get taken up on this support line. He has got support around him. So they hear the AWP shot ring out and they are going to push it. JL doesn't find the connection. And now Wonderful left in such a poor shot to be in. Poor spot. All rushing him at the same time. Him and Alexi just have to hold. But Alexi thinks he's seen this. He's seen this in the tactics, and now he's believing there's going to be a rotate over back towards A bay. After some more U2 gets dumped on the site, he goes back for a little last look. Then decides to go back. Snacks just creating a distraction on B, creating some more presence there, just spamming through the smoke, but he does go back over towards A. Eventually, 35 seconds left. A shall be the final resting place of G2 if they fall to this, or it will be the end of Navi. But 3 players on the site, defending against 5. And Bit found quickly, but they can find 2. Alexi and Bit together. Site hold is still good, but smoked off the minute. The smoke is poor. Ema, such incredible trigger discipline. Finds the back of the head of Hunter. Can find the second one. Can find the third one too. This man decimates the entire team as they cower on the A site, not knowing where to look. And Ema, his presence lurking away in the dark burrows of A site. With the discipline on his trigger, finds a triple, and Navi equalise it back again, not giving away too many rounds to G2, 10-10, putting up a fight. They want playoffs and they want it now. They absolutely decimate them. Ema maybe gives up bit, baits him away, but you can't blame him if he's going to find the round. And now look at the economy on G2. An ult for Hades, but the rest of his team have such an awful buy. Against a full buy of Navi, this isn't what you like to see. Double nade's good, Malms gets taken out without seeing anyone. Doesn't even get a chance, the man. And that double nade, they know it's the B player. So they take a little bit of space, get some more info. Banana is clear. So now the rotate come over. A getting progressively more stacked by the minute. They jump out towards apartments though. And quickly the push is going to come in. People already here. Wonderful. Finds the opening on the AWP shot. Smoke gets blown open. Bit on the back of the site. Hiding in the smoke. No guarantee. Still some time here. Decides to push now. There's only 2 players left for G2. Are they even going to be able to find this? Snacks lurking on the site. Spams away a bit too early, but 1v5 cannot find it. Has 5 alive for Navi against the weaker buy of G2. And by God, they have a chance. Navi on this next round could find match point first. They have enough money to be buying until the end of this game. If they lose this next round, they easily have 2 more buys in them. But who can find match point first? Who can find their spot in the playoffs? And it looks like G2 are gonna have to be fighting for some overtime. Only pistols to work with. Navi likely to win this round. I'm not counting it out, but G2 aren't as likely. So we have to push for overtime if Navi do win this round, which is looking very likely at the minute. It's a ballsy move. A move nonetheless. Getting traded out by the pistols. JL can't find the shots to connect. Horrible spam, but the spray finds a double. But now Lexi, the only man left on the site, gets to clean up some more pistols. Hunter, 1v3 in front of him. Got a deagle, but doesn't decide to see if he can go pick up the fallen rifles of JL and Ema. And now just a deagle and an incendiary to his name. He's not got a whole lot of chance in this round. There should be some guns waiting for him though. On the edge of the smoke, I believe there's an AK, but he's not looking for it. He's not going for it. He's going to push the smoke for Alexi. Finds the first one. Finds an entry back into this round, but Wonderful on the AWP site. Should be able to find him. Hunter does the jiggle peek, and it gives Wonderful a nice warning. And hey, now they have found match point. G2 need to force 2 rounds in a row if they want this. If they want a chance at the playoffs once more. But Navi can taste it. Salivating at the sight of that spot in the playoffs. So close to it. And only 1 round of a hurdle left. 4 spy in both. All they need is 1. Now G2 maybe think about getting aggressive. So much useful on B site. Malbs finds the overground to JL. This site now slightly more alone. Alexi, only man left on the site. Quick rotation over from Ema. Gets the support. And they get smoked off for the minute. Gives him more time to think. And gives Alexi more time to consider. Picks up some more util. But 5 players of G2 and Banana. Alexi has got a hell of a round in front of him if he wants to keep this. He wants to keep the site for himself. Smoke's going through. Alexi smoked off as well. Is he going to push it? He's going to push it. He can find the first one, but Hunter does trade him out. 3v4 for the retake of this B bomb site. Ema's going to push through. Ballsy move. They surely are going to be ready for him. Does get a shot in the face by Malbs at point blank range. Wonderful missed shot coming out. Him and Bit not even going to go for it. Going to decide to save an impossible retake. And they are cutting it down to the final rounds of regulation. G2 are going to find themselves in the final round of regulation. 12-11. Can Navi go that final distance to take playoff spot, or are they going to have to fight for it in overtime? And G2 are making it convincing. Malbs has finally found himself, found his confidence, and he's just swinging everything. Swings into the sight of JL. Perfectly set up. JL fully blind. Find the first one. Alexi maybe left alone on the site. He should have been calling over a rotate a little bit quicker, I think. But surely they can't make another blunder. And in this final round of regulation, G2 decides to take a timeout, consider their options. This also benefits Navi quite a lot. Blade on the mic as well, allowing to do some counter-stratting, which he is so well known for. It's been incredible on Navi for so many years. Now should be the time. Blade, what can you pull out of your back pocket to put Navi into the playoffs? Or what can Taz do to push G2 just that extra inch further? I believe so far that G2 have only been in the playoffs of PGL Bucharest so far, and that's with Monacy. That was with your golden child. What can you do with this misfit of a roster? Heavy God, new to the lineup, but Hades is a stand-in. Almost no practice with the guy. Can G2 find their footing and find themselves in the playoffs of the major? We're going to have to find out in this final round of regulation. Can they push it even further? Navi taking a lot of banana control. Banana's theirs for the minute. But App's control has been taken on the other side of the map. Only 2 players on A. Likely to see a rotate coming over. As usual, JL and Alexi, only ones on B. Mouse just keeping his presence there for the minute, making sure no alerts come out, but some of the util is getting dumped on A at the moment. Beautiful flash, wonderful, fully blind. Gets him off the angle, and these 3 players have to fight for survival. Fight desperately for it. The smoke goes off. It's going to funnel them over towards Alexi, which, if he wants to go for this, is a tough one to take against 3 players. Gets the damage, finds the first one. Can he find the second one? Doesn't find it. Hades swings wide, and that is a straight open line to the B-bomb site. Now it is a 2v4 retake if Navi want to keep themselves in regulation and push them into the playoffs. This one round could be where it's at, but the flash gives them a warning. They should know they're over towards banana. A lot of footsteps here. All eyes are on them. Bit's good for 1. Bit damage onto the second one. Pushing through, hasn't got a chance, and it's only Ema left. What can he find? Gets some damage, but on 3 HP he can't find a thing. And we go to overtime. Beautiful from these lads. Beautiful. I just can't believe this has come down to this. This has been absolutely brilliant match so far, and these teams have put up a hell of a fight. I mean, I kind of thought Navi were going to take the win a bit sooner, but G2 giving them a real run for their money in this, which is ultimately what you love to see. All of it, all of the players from these teams are brilliant, good individual moments, and good storylines from both these teams. But at the moment, G2 really putting in a double shift. Snacks as well, been performing absolutely incredibly as the IGL and fragging can do both. And incredible from the IGL, and maybe a bit disappointing from Heavy God at the moment. Sitting at the bottom of the scoreboard. Not what we like to see from an entry fragger as well. Heavy God entry and A-site anchor. He does have some really nice positions. These should be positions that you thrive in as a person. And he's not doing amazing at the moment. I hate to say it, but if he's the downfall of this team in this matchup, I would be very disappointed. I love to see in the storyline of filling the shoes of Nico, an impossible position to cover, but making it to the major whilst he doesn't. Would be beautiful if it comes to fruition. Bit on the pixel angle over on apps, waiting for any movement, waiting for any presence given out. Flashes coming through, perfect. Early warning, smoke's good. This gives them a good corridor if they want to push over towards the back of B and wrap around. But Alexi B in the smoke, he's already such low HP. Can he find anything? It's fully blind, right to stacks. He'll find the first one, gets spammed through the smoke on the next one. Doesn't find any more than one, but it's still a 4v4. The bomb out in the open at the minute, but JL fighting for survival. Can't keep it alive though. Hunter does take him out, and that was a free entry over towards the B site. Wonderful with an AWP left to defend it solely. At a difficult position with the powerful big green. They're going his way. If he can get a couple of kills in. First one's good for one. Heavy got it on A side though. Still doing well. Does get taken out by Bit eventually. But Bit's the only man on the site. Do they want to push an AWP or an AK? And they choose for the AK. Still 30 seconds, but they need to clear out the site. Oh, they can be ready for Bit. He could be anywhere. Oh, they're eyeing it up. They do know Hunter pre-fires it. But Malbs does get the kill. Possibly through Hunter there. But no, now wonderful. Forced into the clutch. Forced into these impossible positions. AWP as well isn't good for it. I think he's going to go for the save here. He's going to go back. He's going to want to give it a go. He's going to want to keep his AWP for the rest of OT. Or at least for the foreseeable future in OT. And start off with 10k rather than 12k in some of these other tournaments. But it's wonderful at disadvantage. Hades did put up AWP as well though. We see him die on this, I believe. Wonderful does get the exit kill, but can he stay alive? Is Hunter wanting to push this? Throws the nade, bit of an awkward position. Wonderful does find him. A triple kill. Wonderful gets to clean up all of the exit kills. But it doesn't matter, the round is lost, and in OT, every round counts. The full buys still coming through. Still OT. Full buy after full buy, challenge after challenge. You don't get the comfort of going into an eco buy or a force buy or a weaker buy after you win the full. But these rounds are brawl after brawl. In full battles, who has the better strategies for the full buys? A question to be answered as we see 4 players stacked up banana, eyeing it up like predators to prey, watching their food. JL heavily naded, they're eyeing his position, fully blind, he can find one, find 2 on the back of the flash. He does get it finally traded out by Hunter, but Alexi B ready to support, and already the round has crumbled before them. 2v4, Heavy God and Hades left to see what they can find on the rest of these rounds, on the rest of this round. Heavy God spotted out over towards A. Maybe you're going to encourage a rotate. Going to leave Alexi B here alone on the site of B. Are going to look to rotate back. But Hades with an AWP is a bit of a difficult position to be in. But Alexi B, they know there's someone here at least. But hiding could be anywhere. Gonna have to clear him out, and clearing him out with an AWP is a difficult decision. Heavy God's so weak as well. A spam through the smoke again. They find him. They do know where he is. He gives himself away. First kill goes toward Heavy God. Ema gets a spam through. Hades dead. Heavy God, the final one to clutch up this round. 17 HP. The nade misplaced, but peeks into Wonderful's USPS, which takes him out with a swift headshot. Beautiful from the man. I was kind of expecting him to go down there. The pistol is not always what you want to be going up against. But by God, Wonderful gets it done. And 13 to 13, they're keeping it close, keeping the hope there for each of these sides. It's so close, within grasping reach for both of these teams. And now, final round of this side. So far, I think Inferno's looked a bit T-sided, as we see 7 rounds being won on each half. But Navi, can they break the curse? Can they break G2 first? Blocked off with Banana early. This is going to encourage G2 to go towards A. Keeping it quiet for the minute. Are pushing the smoke. A ballsy move, but can pay off. Only JL to defend the site. Nade mistimed, but forced back at the bare minimum. Top Banana controls be given up. A wonderful find to pick over towards Apps. So surely they push the B site. Smoked off again. JL so close. Spray is so close. And Hunter on the boost gets the first one. Surely they decide to execute now. JL good for one. Gets away with his life for the second one though. Oh, does get spammed through the smoke at the last second. 3v3 retake of the B-bomb site. Bomb gets planted. Church looking promising. Navi away back into the round, but Hunter is on this angle. We saw first round. Snacks killed Wonderful on this. In the first pistol round in the cubby. Are they going to play it again? Go for the aim duels. They do find them. Find both of them. The double off of Malbs and Hunter. Keep the site secure. Wonderful. They know where he is. But an AWP can be quickly swarmed by two players. Spam through the smoke. Wonderful was the first one. He's got a kit, but he doesn't have enough time. And Hades takes the head off of the man. Triple kill for Wonderful. But G2 find the round win. 13-14. G2 2 rounds away from playoffs. Navi 3 rounds, or do we go to a second OT in this fight for a spot at the most prestigious tournament of the year? The one that every single player wants to be at. The #1 tournament. Potential to solidify yourself in the history books as a roster. Everybody wants it, but only the best can get it. G2 with an early head start into this. Back-to-back major playoffs. Can it be found? Valve's so aggressive onto B. No chance he pushes the smoke straight. He's got such a good position. JL surely overlooks this. Malbs playing with his food, executes him on the spot. Take the entry kill and run away, lad. And now B is such a question mark for G2. No, for Navi, you don't want to go back there. You have to go over towards A. So now 4 players sacking the site. 4v4. They're doubting themselves. They're questioning themselves. The rotate's gone back over towards B. And Navi are thinking about it too. Stuck in a game of questions. Mal was not in his spot. Taking reserve spot on the B site. 40 seconds. You have to make a play soon. But they've been smoked off and there's still some util left. This could go down to the final seconds for Navi, and these are the rounds we need to win. The first one's good. Alexi finds the first. Only Snacks left on the site. Full blind, they know where he is. Spam through the smoke is good. And the site crumbles. And the final 2 left. Not even going to attempt it. Just going to save their guns. And hope for some exit kills. Over towards the A site, and Navi find their way back into the round. They lose JL early, but that doesn't dissuade them. They let the kerfuffle go on. They let the rotates go out. They let G2 question themselves. And the moment they question themselves is when they strike and they find the timing and they find the entries and they find the round. These teams are putting on a great show today.
Terrorists win.
14-14, back and forth, back and forth. Who is going to force match point first? Who can take the round? Who is going to take the game and the spot in the playoffs just for them? On the plus side though, if they don't make the playoffs here, there is still one more match for them to play. This isn't an elimination. This is just a chance to progress. One of two chances. There's still a chance tomorrow, but why would you want to do tomorrow what you can do today? Jane on the T side, liking some banana aggression. Now, slow HP, 4 HP to his name already. Hasn't even seen a person. And he's a dead man walking. The nades are good. This forces our rotate from G2 Hades over to support the B site. A now weaker, but no progress is being made. Navi considering their options, considering what to do. And it looks like they're going to go back over towards B once this smoke fades. Which is going to make Malbs rotate back over towards A. See, this is what Navi like. They like to play it slow. They like to let the rotates go through. And let G2 question everything. Hades on this line. Should get a couple. And oh my goodness, Hades finds a double. Alexi and JL just line up for the man. And he finds two. 3v5 now. Only two left in Banana. The round match point is within reach for G2. And Hades has put them so incredibly close to it. Bit on the lurking over towards him, but Malbs should be catching a timing. Bit ready for him though, his position now known. But there's only 15 seconds left, they've got to start making a move now. And they still haven't cleared out Pit, where Heavy God and Hunter reside. These players can just lurk it out, wait a little while. First one, they know he's there. But Hunter, lurking, isn't always there. There's only Bit left in the 1v3, and he falls, and G2 find match point first. 1 round away from the playoffs. Absolutely incredible stuff from these guys. An absolute blunder from Navi as they double peek the AWP angle and just fall together. Falter that final line. But now, can they put themselves back in the game? Back in the run? They've got the full buy, you just need the round. Can Navi bring themselves to a second OT, or are they going to give G2 a spot in the playoffs? Nade's good, JL already half HP. Malbs left alone to defend Banana. Surely they don't test it twice. Test the waters, clear out top Banana. Give them that security, but it's all a ruse. Navi going back over towards A. 3 players stacked here, smoked off for the minute. Hunter and Hades towards long. The duo that can put an end to Navi's dreams and make their own come true. Executes there. Flashes through, Hades good for 1. Hunter ready to back him up. Can find the double. And now, wonderful. Trade him out. 2v4 made a 2v3. Slightly easier for the duo of Wonderful and Bit to keep themselves in the game. Wonderful good for another one. They make it a 2v2. Can set up the post plant. G2 have got a real thing coming their way. The round looked like it was in their hands. It's quickly leaving them. Bit mollied off, but the CT molly's poor. And Snacks inside to push it. And they time the flank perfectly. Is the util good enough? Snacks gets his head taken off. And it's only Malbs left to save this round. Wonderful, if he has the timing, can find him with his pants down. And he does. And it's a 2v4 to keep Navi in this game. Oh my goodness. Wonderful with a triple. Him and Bit doing the heavy lifting at the moment. And keeping them in the game. Absolute cinema for these guys. And we are at a second OT. Beautiful stuff, and G2 can't believe their eyes. You have to take another time out for that one, as they all just completely whiffed their shots when they needed it most. And now they have to fight for another 4 rounds to get themselves to a playoff position. Both of these teams done incredible so far. We've come all this way just for one team to falter and for one team to go straight to the playoffs. Who's going to get that reward? Who's going to get to go to sleep easy tonight? And on the T side of Inferno, can Navi push it in their favour? Swing the pendulum towards them. Malbs boosted up. This is a good one. The spam through is good. They find JL, the opening, and wonderful. So weak already. 7 HP. But the confidence that puts on Wonderful. Scared to peek everything now. At this point, this is where you start wondering, what do you do from this position? Wonderful on that angle. It does get taken out by Mouse with the rifle. Mouse is good for a third. This man is holding the B site incredibly. Now it's a 2v5. Mouse 4 on for the ace. Bit's the only man left. Going into Mouse' crosshair, but he can't find the ace. But Snacks alone on the site. Bit getting flanked. Getting pushed by the entire team. Doesn't see the head of Snacks. And Malbs gets a quad. So close to the ace, but Snacks just has to push it over the line. And it's looking promising for G2. Back-to-back major playoffs. Had I'm going to say a full rehaul of the roster. The 2 most critical players, 2 of the best players in the world, taken out of this roster. And you still make playoffs over those 2. Would be an incredible storyline, but Navi, if they want to have a storyline of their own, they're gonna need to try something. Gonna need to do something special to get themselves over the finish line first. And Ema has got quite a lot of space over towards apps. Boost up on patio. Gives me some more comfort, but apps is fully open. Haven't committed yet, just yet. Ema testing the waters. And B site looking like the target. 3 players in banana. Snacks hears these footsteps, pulls out a smoke. Navi going back over towards A by the looks of it. Are they regrouping? They're in a bit of a dilemma here. They dropped the bomb. I don't know if Malbs heard that or not. Or is it all just a bait? All just a bait to get them to rotate. .30 seconds left. They're gathering up in towards banana. It has to be a B finish. Has to be. Malbs and Snacks only flash to their name. That's their only piece of utility gone. That's all they've got to herd off the defense. There's smoke hidden away. They can find the first one. Snacks spanning through the smoke, gets Wonderful so weak, and Malbs taken out by JL. Beautiful entry, and they find the bomb plant. And Wonderful long distance spam gets Hunter as well. 2v4. Can G2 put it in their favour this time instead? Or can Navi equalise the scoreline? But Hades got an AWP, he's probably going to save that. Denied any information here. Delayed, good. Doesn't hit. Just misses JL on such low HP. But they've not been given any kills, they've not been given any openings, and what is that, JL? Strafing out, running, headshots, heavy god. Absolute monster. And Hades gets an exit kill, but nothing more. And JL bit. Such low HP, they go down to the bomb. So whilst a lot of guns have been taken out of the round, it's a round nonetheless for Navi, keeping it nail-bitingly close. None of these teams getting too far ahead. Trading rounds one by one. 15 to 15, 16 to 16. How long are these OTs going to go on for? This is where the crack should start to falter. We've had an hour-long game. How much longer can you keep it up for? How much longer can you keep this momentum for? This is where you start to get worn out, you start to get tired. Your aim not as crisp. And an overtime to decide the playoffs. Heavy God versus Wonderful on this AWP lineup. A clash of AWPs is a tough one. A's looking to be tested, that's for sure. Hunter going to get ahead of the smoke. Tucked away in the cubby. Should be good for a couple, surely. Do they question him? Wonderful finds the first one, but Lexi B spins around and finds the second one. Only Hades left on the site with an AWP. Not the gun for the situation, buddy. How many can he find? Alexi just baiting out the shots, baits the one out, and he gets killed. And they just fall like dominoes. G2 left only with Malbs as their saviour. Left in the 1v4 clutch. Has to go for it. Gonna switch sides. And Navi find it. And on the T side, they find the advantage over G2. Coming into the second half of the second OT. And this is absolutely incredible stuff at the moment. G2 though, Heavy God still faltering. Still not found his footing. Is this what gives them away? Is this what Navi gives Navi the playoff spot? Heavy God with a few less entries, not living up to the Nico standard that we're so used to seeing on a G2 roster. Been on there for 4 years. And Heavy God having to replace such a titan of a rifler. Possibly the best of all time. And those are the shoes you have to fill. The pressure must be getting to him now. He's got to make a step up. Or either that or he gets incredibly well carried to the finish line. Navi 3 players on B. 1 for 1 there for the minute, but after no B aggression comes out, the AWP is going to go back over towards A and cover long protection, which is looking to be exactly what they're looking for. G2 queuing up outside of A, waiting for the execute. Flashes go over, but Malbs doesn't want to peek out of apps through the smoke. It's a rough position, nearly certain death, and Bit ready for it in the pit. They've got the space, but they aren't biting just yet. They aren't taking the bait. Malbs got hit, but on the boost, Bit spots him out first. But now surely they know it's going to be an A execute. Re-smoking apps. And Alexi, no way, he pushes this. He gets the smoke out, gets on the other side of it. They spam through the smoke, but Alexi's in the matrix. He dodges every single bullet. He gets there and he gets out. Is he ready for the Hunter push though? Yes he is, and he gets the headshot. That is another denial for G2. 3v5. Can they put up this fight against Navi and get the round trades they've been doing all game long? Emo, good for the first one, and the second leaves only Hades in the 1v4 clutch. 1v5 might I add, 10 seconds left, he has no choice, but Navi find the 18th. Finally, we see a 2-round difference, rather than just round trade after round trade after round trade. Navi put themselves 1 point away from playoffs. 5 kills from the playoffs. And G2, shaky, not in the best position. Pressure from all the stress. 2 new players. Can they deal with the pressure and bring G2 to a 3rd overtime to find themselves in the playoffs? Navi tantalizingly close. They aren't pushing just yet, they aren't playing aggressive. Wonderful, just to catch the timing. Heavy God. Flash is good, wonderful, goes off the position. Now has apps control, it's promising. Mouse gets the double entry over towards B. Alexi all alone against this push. Heavy God taken out towards App, so B has to be the finish. Flash through the smoke. Alexi is ready for it. Malbs gets taken out. Finds a second one as well. It's a 2v2 to decide if they get the major playoffs. And Hunter found out towards mid. The new blood of this team, Hades, left to clutch it all and find themselves 1 round closer to the playoffs. But Navi, so close. So close to the dreams of the playoffs. No YouTube to support him. It's looking horrible for him. Hiding away, cowering in fear as all this pressure lands on him. Pushing up the side. They have got the kit. Wonderful's just going to go for it. And Bit has to cover him. Hades has to find this. And Wonderful gets the defuse. Navi find themselves in the playoffs of this major. Beautiful stuff from these guys. They couldn't do it in Shanghai, but they can do it in Austin. Beautiful stuff from the squad of Navi as they push G2 into the 2-2 bracket and themselves take it to the crowd of Austin, Texas. Beautiful. That's exactly what you want to see. This team has been grinding all year round for these games, and finally they find themselves in a good playoff position. And G2 has to do it all in this next match to push themselves into playoffs, or will they fall out of stage 3? But anyways, thanks for listening to the cast. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. And if you could leave any feedback, that'd be great. Thanks. So, thanks. Have a good day, and see you later.